Hello, my name is Brother Sean and I'm a member of the Teo community of Interfaith Franciscans, and I would like to share with you a reflection. And it comes from the heart because not so long ago I was in the supermarket getting some basic groceries, and I discovered a reading on one of the daily papers, and it showed you a picture of a man wearing a pink onesie. Now, I've heard a lot about people wearing onesies, and I thought, well, I would never get into one. Not with my physique, because as you get older, things happen to go south, joking apart. But the theme for this is wearing my spiritual onesie. So, what is a onesie? It's an all-in-one garment that you hopefully can get into via the neck part of the onesie. A spiritual onesie is something more. Let me read this to you. You need the kind of faith that not only believes God for good things, but also sustains you through bad things. The Holy Bible says if you suffer for doing what is right, God will reward you for it. So don't worry or be afraid. Instead, worship the cosmic Christ as Lord of your life. God has foresight, but we have only hindsight. How true is that? So whether the pain you've been called to walk is rough or smooth, your attitude should be one of worship, acknowledging the cosmic Christ as Lord of your life. Joseph's kidnapping led to the saving of his family. The lion's den led Daniel to a cabinet position. Christ entered the world by a surprise pregnancy and redeemed it through an unjust murder. Do you believe what the Holy Bible teaches you? That no disaster is ultimately fatal? Chrysostom did. He was the Archbishop of Constantinople from AD 398 to 404. He gained a following by his eloquent denunciations of corruption in the church. Twice banished by the authorities, he asked, "What can I fear? Will it be death? But to know that Christ is my life, and that I shall gain by death. Will it be exile? But the earth is the Lord's, and its fullness is the Lord's. Will it be by loss of wealth? But we have brought nothing into the world, and we can carry nothing out of the world. Thus all the terrors of the world are contemptible in my eyes, and I smile at all its good things. Poverty I do not fear, riches I do not sigh for, death I do not shrink from, that's suffering with grace. My Glaswegian granny taught me one thing as a little boy. Forgive me, she said, you came into this world with a bare arse, and you leave it with a bare arse. And they were her words, not mine. And the more I reflect on that, the more I see truth in that. So what's the connection with a spiritual onesie, an all-in-one? It's that inner belief that as a child of God, nothing can happen to you without God's approval. Do you believe that? I know that some of you watching this recording might feel, oh, I've heard it all before, it's a load of nonsense. But you know, it's true. A spiritual onesie for me is the assurance that despite my humanity, the times when I fall down and struggle to get up again, that I am loved, not for what I do, but for who I am as a child of God. And you're familiar, aren't you, with the saying, there go I, but for the grace of God. Well, that is so true. And yet many of us take risks, knowing that we will pay the price one day. You and I are in a privileged position as a child of God, regardless of our faith, beliefs, whether we're Christian, Jew, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, Baha'i, Wiccan or pagan. We are a loved child of God, and it is that divine love that forms our spiritual onesie. It protects every part of us. It protects the mind, the body and spirit. And no matter what life throws at us, no matter what sufferings we have to endure, or what crosses we have to carry, or whatever disability we have to endure, there is one sure certainty, that nothing is impossible for God. And if we have surrendered our heart totally, truthfully, then we are automatically protected. But if we choose to go down the slippery slope and carry on as we have, ignoring that inner voice, then we cease to have that protection. Yes, God loves us. But if we do not love ourselves and embrace our true divinity, then how can we be a light in the world where there is so much darkness? But we can bring relief to the marginalized by wearing our spiritual onesie with a confidence and an inner knowing that despite our humanity, our failings, that God truly loves us. Yahweh loves us. Jehovah loves us. Allah loves us. And only one thing is asked from you and me, and that is to embrace the divine and surrender your heart. It's as simple as that. And the moment we surrender our heart, in that instant moment, we receive the miracle, the gift of a spiritual onesie, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of life, the protection of God, and a myriad of angelic beings to walk with us each step of the journey. And in that spiritual onesie, we know we are loved. We know we are a child of God, and that nothing and no one can ever alienate our heart again. And it's simple. All you have to do is just surrender your heart to the Supreme right now and allow the peace and love of God come upon you. It's so simple, and yet mankind has difficulty comprehending the simplicity, because the mind is a powerful gift from God, but also it attracts other voices, negative voices. In my life, they have put me down for so many years, where I was never good enough, could never achieve much, that I was a dunce at school. And even in the monastery as a young nursing novice, a nursing monk, you were always put down and always made to feel unworthy of God's love. And that is a heresy. That is a false teaching. For the very air that you and I breathe is the breath of God. So relax now. Put on your spiritual onesie and feel the comfort and the protection of your God. Thank you for watching, and I hope my words have helped you. Namaste.